Today we venture deep into the verdant shadows of Mirkwood, the vast forest steeped in mystery and lore. Our tale begins in the Elder Days, during the First Age, with the primeval roots of this legendary woodland. Did you know Mirkwood wasn't always shrouded in darkness? In fact, it began as Greenwood the Great, a lush, flourishing forest that symbolized the vitality of Middle-earth. Greenwood was first established during the early days of Middle-earth's shaping by Yavanna, the Vala of growth and harvest, who fostered the woods to house countless creatures and serve as a haven for the growing children of Iluvatar. This magnificent forest stretched from the misty mountains to the eastern reaches of the river Kelduin, a testament to Arda's untamed beauty. However, Mirkwood's transformation into a realm of shadow was a slow descent tied closely to the broader struggles of Middle-earth. Its fall began in the Second Age, during the rise of Sauron, who, like his master Morgoth, sought dominion over all life. In this period, the necromancer established Dol Guldur in its southern reaches around TA 1050. His influence spread like a dark sickness, corrupting the forest and its denizens. The connection between Mirkwood and the ancient elven realm of Doriath is an intriguing aspect of Tolkien's legendarium. Doriath, also known as the Hidden Kingdom, was a sanctum of Sindarin elves led by Thingol and Melion during the First Age. Doriath's legacy carries a certain resonance into the history of Mirkwood. After Doriath's fall in FA 506, many of its survivors, including Legolas's ancestors, migrated eastward, eventually settling in Greenwood. In the Third Age, Greenwood the Great suffered a transformation that would alter its fate forever. The idyllic forest fell under a creeping shadow as Sauron, disguised as the Necromancer, chose its southern edges for his stronghold, Dol Guldur. This decision marked the beginning of Greenwood's decline, as the darkness spread and the forest gained its grim new name, Mirkwood. By TA 1050, Dol Guldur became the fulcrum of Sauron's secret return to Middle-earth. Sauron's intent was to search for the One Ring, lost in the river Anduin. The fortress's malign presence caused an unnatural darkness to settle over the woods. This shadow corrupted the land, warped the trees into twisted, sentient foes, and gave rise to dreadful creatures such as giant spiders, offspring of the ancient Ungolin. These spiders, like the notorious Shelob, spun their webs across Mirkwood, trapping both prey and hope. This descent was not just physical, but spiritual. The forest's beauty waned, replaced by fear and despair. Travelers who once walked its paths found themselves lost or ensnared, while the air grew thick with foreboding. The Sindarin elves of Mirkwood, led by Thranduil, retreated to their fortified halls in the forest's northern reaches to escape the spreading corruption. The elves of Mirkwood were not strangers to shadows. Their ancestors had weathered the fall of Doriath, an event that shaped their identity and resilience. After Doriath's destruction in 506 of the First Age, many Sindarin elves followed Orifer eastward. These survivors brought with them the cultural and spiritual legacy of the Girdle of Melion, a protective enchantment that once surrounded Doriath. Though Mirkwood lacked such divine defenses, the elves' experience in surviving Morgoth's dominion made them resolute against Sauron's creeping influence. Orifer's decision to distance his people from the Noldor and their conflicts was pivotal. The Sindar of Greenwood lived more simply, embracing the rustic lifestyle of Sylvan elves. While their culture diverged from Doriath's splendor, echoes of their former glory lingered in their songs, crafts, and traditions. Thranduil, as king, exemplified this dual legacy. Pragmatic and fierce in his leadership, yet preserving the memory of his people's illustrious past. Despite Sauron's efforts, Mirkwood was not entirely lost to shadow. The elven stronghold in the north remained a beacon of light. Thranduil and his warriors maintained patrols to curb the spread of evil and their resilience ensured that Sauron's dominion over the forest was incomplete. Thranduil's halls, reminiscent of Doriath's underground Menegroth, symbolized his people's enduring legacy. Carved into the hills and lit with starlight, these halls reflected both the influence of Sylvan simplicity and Sindarin refinement. They served not only as a defensive sanctuary, but as a cultural heart, preserving the lore and art of the Sindar amidst encroaching darkness. By the time of the War of the Ring in the late Third Age, Mirkwood stood at the forefront of the struggle against Sauron's resurgence. The forest became a chessboard of competing forces: Sauron's encroaching shadow from Dol Guldur and the enduring strength of Thranduil's realm in the north. This struggle solidified Mirkwood's place as a critical battleground in Middle-earth's broader narrative. In TA 2941, during the events of The Hobbit, Gandalf and the White Council launched a crucial assault on Dol Guldur. Gandalf had long suspected the necromancer was none other than Sauron in disguise. This suspicion was confirmed when he discovered Thrain, Thorin Oakenshield's father, imprisoned in the fortress, clutching a key to Erebor. The White Council's attack drove Sauron from Dol Guldur, but it was a strategic retreat. Sauron relocated to Mordor, where his preparations for open war accelerated. Dol Guldur, however, remained under the control of his servants, including the Nazgul, and continued to exude its dark influence over southern Mirkwood. This ongoing corruption created a stark contrast between the forest's northern and southern halves. Thranduil's warriors played a key role in resisting the forces of Dol Guldur. The woodland realm maintained its vigilance, protecting northern Mirkwood from incursions by spiders, orcs, and other fell creatures. Thranduil's actions reflected his dual priorities: preserving his people's safety and ensuring the forest did not entirely succumb to shadow. Notably, Thranduil's realm served as an anchor for the Free Peoples during the War of the Ring. In TA 3019, as Sauron launched his grand assault on Gondor, he also unleashed an attack from Dol Guldur against the Woodland realm. This was part of a coordinated effort to spread his forces across Middle-earth, sowing chaos and division. Despite this, Thranduil's elves successfully repelled the assault, a testament to their fortitude and the enduring strength of Mirkwood. Throughout this era, the memory of Doriath subtly influenced Mirkwood's resilience. The Sindarin elves' determination to preserve beauty and light in the face of darkness was a hallmark of their culture, passed down from the Hidden Kingdom. This influence can be seen in Thranduil's resistance and the efforts of his people to safeguard the forest's remaining splendor. Meanwhile, the efforts of the Fellowship of the Ring indirectly impacted Mirkwood's fate. With the destruction of the One Ring in TA 3019, Sauron's power was obliterated and his servants scattered. Dol Guldur, a bastion of evil for centuries, was finally purged by the combined forces of Galadriel and Celeborn, solidifying the forest's liberation. The cleansing of Dol Guldur marked a turning point for Mirkwood. After Sauron's defeat, the forest began its transformation back into Greenwood the Great. Thranduil, along with Celeborn, who took up residence in the southern reaches, worked to restore its natural beauty. This cooperative effort between two great elven realms signified a new chapter for the forest, merging ancient legacies with a vision of renewal. The legacy of Mirkwood extends far beyond its role as a geographical location in Middle-earth. The forest embodies themes central to Tolkien's legendarium: resilience, the fight between light and shadow, and the preservation of beauty in the face of corruption. Let's delve deeper into these layers of meaning and cultural significance. Mirkwood serves as a microcosm of the eternal struggle between good and evil. Like the wider world of Middle-earth, it begins as a place of harmony and natural beauty, embodying Yavanna's vision. However, the shadow of Dol Guldur transforms it into a place of darkness and fear, reflecting Sauron's influence on Arda as a whole. This duality mirrors the broader conflict of the Third Age, the push and pull between forces of preservation and domination. Yet, even under the shadow, Mirkwood was never wholly lost. The northern forest remained a bastion of hope and light, symbolizing the enduring resilience of the free peoples. This duality makes Mirkwood a potent symbol of the struggle to retain purity and goodness amidst pervasive darkness. The Sindarin elves who resided in Mirkwood played a pivotal role in preserving its cultural identity. Their origins in Doriath imbued them with a sense of purpose and guardianship over the forest. Though their ways were simpler than their ancestors, Thranduil's people carried forward a reverence for the natural world and its protection. Thranduil's underground halls epitomized this blend of heritage and adaptation. Reminiscent of Doriath's Menegroth, but tailored to the needs of the woodland realm, the halls underscored the elves' ingenuity and determination to maintain their culture while adapting to the challenges of their environment. Mirkwood's narrative also ties into Tolkien's larger exploration of light and shadow. The spreading darkness caused by Dol Guldur not only altered the physical forest, but symbolized the spiritual erosion wrought by Sauron's influence. Similarly, the light preserved by Thranduil's elves, and later restored through the cleansing of Dol Guldur, represents the victory of hope and renewal over despair. This theme aligns with Tolkien's Catholic worldview, where light often symbolizes divine grace and shadow reflects the absence of it. Mirkwood's eventual renewal after the War of the Ring is a testament to the enduring power of light to reclaim even the darkest corners. Mirkwood occupies a unique place in Tolkien's storytelling, featuring prominently in both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. For Bilbo and the dwarves, the forest represents a perilous chapter of their journey, testing their resolve and resourcefulness. Its dense, labyrinthine paths and menacing spiders evoke a sense of dread, emphasizing the isolation and danger inherent in their quest. In The Lord of the Rings, Mirkwood is less a setting and more a looming presence, a reminder of the stakes in the battle against Sauron. Its proximity to Lothlorien and the Anduin River highlights its strategic importance and its role as a frontier in the war between good and evil. Even after the War of the Ring, Mirkwood's transformation back into Greenwood the Great serves as a beacon of hope. It demonstrates that even lands marred by centuries of shadow can be healed through effort and unity. This restoration echoes the broader healing of Middle-earth as it transitions into the Fourth Age, an era of renewal for the free peoples. Mirkwood's story is one of profound transformation, woven into the greater narrative of Middle-earth. From its origins as Greenwood the Great, a testament to Yavanna's creation, it endured centuries of darkness under Sauron's malign influence before finding renewal in the Fourth Age. Its legacy is a microcosm of Middle-earth's broader struggles, the fight to preserve light and beauty amidst the encroaching shadow, and the ultimate triumph of hope and resilience. The echoes of Doriath's grandeur shaped Mirkwood's identity. The Sindarin elves who fled eastward after the fall of their hidden kingdom carried with them traditions of guardianship, culture, and resistance. This heritage of resilience against overwhelming darkness found new expression under the leadership of Orofer and later Thranduil, who adapted their ways to the Sylvan lifestyle while retaining the memory of their origins. Mirkwood stands as a potent symbol of Tolkien's central themes. Its descent into darkness and eventual renewal mirrors the broader arc of Middle-earth's history, a world marred by evil but ultimately redeemed through courage, unity, and steadfastness. It reminds us that even the most corrupted places can be healed with time, effort, and the will to resist despair. From the perilous spider-haunted paths faced by Bilbo in The Hobbit to the resolute defense led by Thranduil during the War of the Ring, Mirkwood remains a setting of rich complexity and meaning. It bridges the ancient legacies of the First Age with the unfolding hope of the Fourth Age, embodying the enduring spirit of Middle-earth. As we leave the forest's shadowed trails and step into its renewed light, let us remember Mirkwood as not just a place, but a story of perseverance, of beauty reclaimed, hope renewed, and light that will always rise above the shadow.